Hello, hello, sweet honeybees. Welcome back to the Electric Honey Pot, where energy is the nectar of life. If you're new here, my name is Autumn, and I am so extremely grateful that you are here with me now in this present moment and checking out my channel. It really does mean so much to me, and I hope you're having an absolutely wonderful day today. I know I have been saying this for my last couple of videos, but please bear with me if I sound a little funny or if I start coughing or sniffling. I am still sick with a very intense respiratory illness, but I knew I didn't need to let that hold me back, as last night I received an extremely powerful, obvious channeled message within my dreams that I knew I had to come on here and share with the awakened collective and those that may be awakening, those that know just how big their purpose in this world is. I would absolutely love to hear how the solar energy that has been affecting the planet over the last 24 hours has been affecting you. I want to get this message out here this morning because I know that we have two storms merging that are going to be hitting the planet tonight. So there's going to be even greater energy on the planet tonight compared to last night when all of this really started for me. I had so much energy yesterday personally, and even though I'm sick, I cleaned a large portion of my house, which felt really good, especially after being in bed for about a week. And I cooked myself a healthy dinner, and then I started seeing people posting pictures of the aurora, and it was as far down as Tennessee, where I live, which is absolutely wild. It all just kind of made sense why I had been so activated all day, and I quite literally had this feeling of pure bliss most of the day yesterday, even though I felt like I was on ecstasy or something when I was completely sober and sick. It was a really good day, and it just all made sense when I learned of the solar activity. And then I had these super vivid dreams last night while I was asleep, and I woke up and I remembered so many details from them, and as I'm journaling, it just all clicked. The messages just started coming through, and I was just like, this isn't just for me. This is meant to be shared. So I'm going to read to you my channeled message that I wrote down in my journal. My nice little spaceship journal with the fun little sequins. I love that. It's purple and blue, which is your third eye and your throat chakra. So it's all about wisdom and speaking. But I wrote I because I was referring to myself, but I'll use you. I try to say we, but I really have a hard time sticking to it. You are worthy of love and all that you desire. The right people are going to gravitate to your light as you learn to shine authentically without apology. This world is full of actors putting on a performance to compete for popularity, profit, power, etc. They will expect you to perform in certain roles and follow along without question. When you don't follow along without question, you are going to face opposition. I have felt this personally in my own journey. You are going to have people that doubt you. You will have people that judge you. You will even have some people that try to attack you for being your true self and standing in truth and accountability. But that should not stop you. It's important to trust your own intuition and be true to yourself. People lie, but energy does not. We are all energetic beings at our core, and those off feelings that you get in your body when someone is trying to get you to do something, pressuring you, or telling you something, trust that, because that is your intuition. We are living in times where discernment is so, so very important. You are gifted, and you may notice that these gifts are heightened by the solar activity affecting our planet. You may experience things like high-pitched frequencies or ringing within your ears. Migraines and headaches can occur. Even body aches can occur during the shift. You might notice more patterns. You might even notice animals like your pets acting strange. Your dreams may become even more vivid, and if you're not used to remembering them, you may start to remember them. You may also start receiving these, ideas that just randomly pop up into you that's like, that's kind of strange. That's not something I would normally think about. It may be this divine download that is coming into you, and it is trying to guide you onto the path that you were meant to be on, the role that you came to this earth to play. So listen to that. Other awakening individuals may be overwhelmed with what is happening and ask you for help, or even those that aren't awakening. There are going to be a lot of people in crisis as this great transition, this evolution that is taking place and shift on the planet. There's going to be quite a bit of chaos. There's going to be a lot of confusion, and there are going to be people that are in crisis. And they may come to you for help or for guidance. Help and guide when you can, but don't allow others to take too much of your time and energy. Your time and energy are the most valuable resources on this planet. And that is exactly why everybody wants it. It's exactly why, you are valued by your productivity and you making it into work every day and how hard you work. It's because the true currency of this planet, of this reality, is your time and your energy. And it is so, so very important to reserve as much of that as possible for yourself during this transition period, because at the end of the day, your ascension process, your evolution is about you. And that is not to say that you should be rude or that you should cut people out of your life or that you shouldn't help anybody, but it just means that you should be using that discernment. You should be evaluating whether or not helping this person is going to be a detriment to you or not. It will pull you away from your own connection and purpose. You have a very important role to play in this life that cannot be fulfilled through many distractions. And think about how we live in this world that is basically nothing but distractions. TV, movies, video games, celebrity gossip and drama. Even like I love to read, but books can also be a distraction. But some these things are also okay in moderation too, because they can also bring joy and play, and like video games can strengthen your hand-eye coordination and problem-solving skills, and books reading is really good for your brain. But it all boils down to, prioritizing what you need to prioritize. What are you here to do? Create more than you consume. Fill more of your time with becoming a creator and fulfilling your own individual purpose than just consuming everything else that other people have created and fulfilling their purpose. Support other people, do things that you enjoy, but also develop your own skills and your own creativity and your own purpose. Focus on yourself. Self-love is the best kind of love. Focusing on developing yourself will further activate your abilities. You will be amazed by the things that you are capable of and the heights that you will reach. Trust the process. Trust yourself. The evolution is going to be beautiful. And On that note, I pulled my daily tarot card of the day, and what came out was the Ten of Earth, the Ten of Pentacles, fruition. You know, this is a card about receiving all that you have worked hard for. It is a culmination of all of your efforts, your time, and your energy, and everything that you have been focusing on. And this is why it is so important to reserve that time and energy first and foremost for yourself and your creations, your purpose in this world. Because without doing that, nothing that you dream of, nothing that you desire, excuse me, is going to come to fruition. Learning that is how you come into completion. This was on the bottom of the deck. The Four of Fire, the Four of Wands. And that's the goal of all of this, is to fulfill and complete your soul's purpose. Your soul came here with a mission. You are here for a greater purpose, whether you are fully aware of it or not. And that purpose, that realization unfolds over time as you focus on discovering yourself and you focus on developing your skills and honing your abilities. And the world needs whatever it is that you have to offer, but you are not going to be able to offer that if you are constantly dispersing your energy amongst everything else and everyone else other than yourself. I want to pull a Anamchara card. I felt like this deck would be a good deck to get a message regarding all of this to kind of close out on. Oh my gosh. Midnight Sun comes out. Number 40. So before I even read what it says down at the bottom, thinking of Midnight Sun, and it's like this sun in this dark sky, it kind of makes me think of the aurora that was illuminating a lot of the northern hemisphere last night. And it's this solar activity that was in the night sky that allowed this activation to take place, this channeled message to come through for me. From dusk, I guess dawn. I am the two faces that balance all energies. We all have this light and this darkness within us, and some people may perceive you loving yourself and embracing yourself and your path, being steadfast in what you believe in, choosing yourself, setting boundaries, having self-respect. You know, some people may perceive that as you being egotistical. Some people may perceive you as the villain for that. And that's totally okay. Because, like I said, at the end of the day, the ascension process is about your personal journey towards ascension, no one else's. And you will never achieve it by people pleasing and performing, fulfilling these roles that others expect of you, the roles that other people designed and created for you, rather than filling the role that your soul designed and created for yourself by coming here. All of this has been this great test for you to learn to illuminate the things that are falsehoods. I use this moon card as my bookmark in this specific journal because it does not have a ribbon for me to keep my place. And this is a card all about illusions and learning how to see through the illusions. You know, there's this grief because the goddess was removed and placed in the sky. But because she was placed in the sky, she becomes the beautiful, powerful moon goddess. You know, you have gone through all of these trials and tribulations to shape you into the person that your soul came here to be, to play this important role and have this powerful purpose within this life. Let's see what this book says on the Midnight Sun even further, and then I'm going to close this out and work on my memoir. Oh, yeah, here we go. Midnight Sun, boundaries, guidance, miracles. This card is probably one of the most positive ones to draw, as it speaks of miracles, of improbability becoming reality. It evokes the spirit of the phoenix rising from its ashes and presents the power to say no, to set healthy boundaries in your relationships and establish something entirely new. Speaking of phoenixes, you guys. Oh my goodness. I literally just adjusted my camera so that phoenix would be visible in this video, and here this is talking about the phoenix. I have also been mentioning the phoenix in quite a few videos recently. You will no longer let yourself be vampirized. People lie. Energy does not. Everybody wants your time and energy. Use discernment on who you're going to give it to and how. You have served as a slave for long enough and is now the free child who expresses themselves. You are a stronger being and a better version of you, ready to offer yourself to the world. Your prayers have been heard, and their answer manifests in your life. You are at this moment in a sacred and protected place and guided by the purest love of the Anam Charade. I hope I pronounced that right. Perhaps you don't believe in yourself enough, and this is addressed to you as an obvious answer. What you need will unfold under your feet naturally, so just look at this flower bed. Your mind is a garden of your own design. What flowers have you planted that are now being allowed to bloom? Just something to think about. Fly and do not try to hide your wounds, because they have taught you how to become this new being. They are a part of you, and as the phoenix is reborn from its ashes and not from nothing, let these be your wisdom. Welcome this truth and move forward serenely. Speaking of that, talking about how it is a part of you, your roots, like, we're always holding on to these past versions of ourselves that we used to be, how things used to be in our lives before all of the pain and the hurt. But that's the thing. Those roots are still there. And we can call them back and grow new leaves from those roots at any point in time. The pain has brought on this cold of winter, which removes the leaves, everything that we thought we were. So we enter this period of time of self-reflection and introspection, but we're not meant to remain like that forever. We're supposed to eventually embrace spring and grow new leaves, new life from those same roots that we come from. The action that this card suggests: take a moment during a new moon to reflect on all of the challenges you have overcome and admire what you have achieved. Be proud of yourself and happy with the place you have reached. If life brings hardships, the person you are today is much stronger than the one you left behind. So thank yourself for it. And you don't have to do that on the new moon. You don't have to wait to do that on the new moon. I am personally reflecting on all of my challenges and my journey on every single day to find gratitude. I highly recommend keeping a journal, because what better way to discover who you are and what you want out of life, what your purpose is, than by writing a book about yourself. That's all journaling is. If you journal, you are an author. You are a writer, and you are worthy. And this card, speaking about miracles, one last thing I want to add. Before I left for my trip on Halloween, which is how I got really sick, my neighbor had given me a Bible when I went to church with them. Now, I do not consider myself a Christian, but I do consume scripture from various different types of religions because my personal spirituality and spiritual beliefs encompasses many different belief systems and cultures because I am more of an omnist and I'm on a shamanic life path. And I personally believe that truth and deceit can be found in absolutely everything because it's all just different perspectives trying to describe the exact same thing from differing cultures and ways of life. And it's being told by other people who aren't perfect. Humans aren't perfect. We don't know everything and we get things wrong. But I performed some bibliomancy before I left for Hula, and I opened it up intuitively with my eyes closed to the final part of Job, the final book of Job. And it's all about all of the challenges and tests that God put Job through. And at the very end of all of it, Job remains steadfast in his faith and his purpose, and that everything that he has gone through must have a greater design to it that he just does not understand, and that he will be taken care of. And at the end of all of that, God rewards Job beyond his wildest dreams. He was given thousands of sheep, if I remember correctly. He had lost everything. He had lost his family. He lost his herd. He lost literally everything. And then God rewarded him tenfold because he remained humble and steadfast within his faith and his belief, and he didn't allow any of the hardships that he had gone through to harden his heart or to poison or bitter his heart. And with this midnight sun, the things that you have gone through, the challenges that you have gone through, they are not meant to be these punishments, and they were never meant to break you, but to build you. And now is this great time to take everything that you have learned, set those firm boundaries, and invest all of the time and energy that you have invested into other people, into yourself, into your purpose, and allow the universe to support you and do the rest. That's what I got for you. If this resonated, please let me know down in the comments. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, whatever it is that floats your boat. If this didn't resonate, or some of it did, that is okay too. Always remember, discernment is key. Take what resonates, leave the rest for those that it does resonate with, and find guidance within yourself or somewhere else. You really don't need me or any other channeler or reader to give you guidance, because all of the answers that you seek already exist within you. And the whole purpose of me providing this message is just to confirm what you already know about yourself and about your own journey and what it is that you need to do. I hope you have an absolutely wonderful rest of your day, night, week, month, year, and life. I am so extremely grateful that you took time to be here with me today, because I do understand how valuable your time and energy are. I love you so much, and I hope all of your wildest dreams come true and your life is blessed beyond anything that you could ever imagine. And take care. Stay curious.